All right, hello. I think we are up and running, so let's get back to it. Um, yeah, this is another Astral Horizon development stream. Last week I was working on Squadmate AI, and I think I'm gonna pick up with that again. Not exactly where I left off, because I've, of course, done some work in the meantime. But yeah, just basically I'm going to be doing more work on the AI today, so we can get the squad mates to be as useful as they can be. So let's just take a look at how stuff's working right now. Right. Up here, you can see the status indicators that I was doing a little work on last week. I also put a blue outline around them so that you can very easily tell your allies apart from enemies. Another thing I did last week was make it so when you start activating an airlock, they will teleport behind you to make sure that they don't get locked out of the airlock. Now, let's take a look at this. We have these two enemies up here, and I want my squad mates to attack and kill these enemies stealthily. Basically, I don't want them to get alerted. So what I can do is open this orders wheel. I don't remember if I was actually working on this thing on stream or not. Maybe I was, but anyway. So when I give this target order, it's going to basically tell one of my squad mates to take aim at that enemy. Then I can do it again on this guy so that they are both acquiring a target, and they're just going to sit like that with the target in sights until I attack. Once I shoot, then they take that as the signal for them to shoot as well. So if I shoot this guy, they both take the shot at once. Those guys never saw what happened. Now there's another guy over here that saw the dead bodies and is probably going to come out. Well, actually, not sure what he's going to be doing. Oh, okay. Anyway, he actually killed one of my squad mates. So, maybe something we need to work on today actually is reviving, because I do want you to be able to revive your squad mates when they die. But let's keep going over here. I can also give my squad mates an order to interact with anything in the world. In this case, there's this control panel here that I can interact with, which is going to advance the level, but I can also have one of my squad mates do it. That will, of course, move stuff forward and start the next enemy encounter. Once these enemies have already seen me, I should be able to tell my squad mates to attack them immediately. And because they've seen me, the allies won't be just like taking aim and waiting for me. They'll just start attacking right away. Alright. I'm stuck. So that about covers what the allies can do now. There's also the defend order, which currently just has them move to a place and then they end up going back to you. Hi, super cool bot YT. Thanks for popping in. How are you doing? But yeah, so you can order them to defend, and then you can order them to regroup, which will just cancel whatever the last order you gave them is. You're good, nice, nice. And then there's this hunt option, which does nothing right now. What I want to do is have them, like, when they get that order, they'll fan out and look for enemies. I don't know how useful that one's going to be, but I thought it would be good to at least mess around with it. But the main thing I need to order is this defend, because currently it's not useful at all to just have them move someplace and then move back to you. This game looks cool, thank you! Yeah, I'm not super far along yet, but I'm happy with the progress I've made so far. Yeah, looking to basically get all my mechanics in, build out this one level, and then release this as a free demo on itch, and then eventually Steam when it's polished enough. So that is the objective I'm currently working towards. And the game is called Astral Horizon. So, yeah, let's go ahead and implement this defend order. So the way I've set up the existing orders, or most of them at least, is with separate behavior trees. So these allies have a kind of default behavior tree that they're running, where they will just follow the player around and attack any enemies that are alerted. But then giving them an order will override that behavior tree so that they can do something else. Currently, let's take a look at my behavior trees in the allies folder. Yeah, I have a detection tree, a attack target tree, follow tree, which is the default one, interact tree, which is when they go and press a button, and move to, which is the one I'm currently using for defend. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate move to, because I'll keep what I have for now, but defend is going to be much more complex than what move to currently does, which is practically nothing. Defend area. Move this on screen. Yeah, so this is all that move to tree was doing before. It's literally just a single action. And we're actually going to keep this because they are going to be... this actually tree is going to start by you give the ally a target and they will move to that location. But we're going to need to be doing other stuff there. So let's put a sequence. Still start by moving that location. And then they're basically just going to wait there. They might have them look for cover, actually. No need to look for cover. I think we're going to need... Maybe I'm going to want to copy some of my combat actions from like the regular combat tree into here. Because I am basically going to want them to stay in this area, target any enemies that enter a certain radius, and stay within some radius as well. So actually, let's start by checking for enemies. If I look at my not ally detection, regular detection, I'm going to copy this. See, we don't need visual detection or auditory detection or damage detection. All we need is... Oh, wait, no, we do need visual detection. Okay. Let's just copy these tasks. So we move to the area. Next, we basically want to say if we have a current target, which this looks like this created some variables for me. That's handy. If we have a target, or we can find a new target. So let's go ahead and put a selector here, which is going to be if either of these branches succeeds. And we are going to need some aborting on this. If these fail, we need to keep checking them, which means we have to put this at lower priority so that when we're running tasks that are further ahead in the tree, we are still checking these ones. And then, let's see, do I need to change these? So that is going to stay the same. That's just a sequence selector. So this is... I don't need to use actually this detection variable at all. I don't have to worry about stealth here because these are allies. So yeah, I can just say if we see somebody, if you see something, say something, pretty much. And I also don't need temp target actually. So I actually was able to delete most of that because all I need is this single look for objects. We can delete the temp target variable and the detection amount variable and the is investigating variable. Oh, now something. Oh, yeah, out results just go right to target. All right, so let's see. So the search layers are going to be not player, but enemies. The field of view, we're going to make this 360. I don't want them to have limited FOV here. The view distance, 100. That seems reasonable. Don't need these. This is probably fine. Yeah. Cool. So that should return true if there are any enemies within 100 meters in any direction, as long as you have field of view or line of sight from the current object to the target. So if this fails, what I want them to do is just stay put and do nothing, maybe crouch. That might look cool. So let's see. If these fail, we're still going to be in the selector. Then we can just add task. Sequence. We need both for this. So this sequence is going to have a set crouching. And an idle. So we just crouch and wait for enemies to show up. Should probably equip a weapon too. Equip, oops, not behavior tree reference. Equip item. Equip whatever item we have in index 0, just so they look a bit more ready if they're sitting around waiting. All right, so next, so this will, you probably need, this doesn't need any aborts because there's no conditions in here, I think. I think that's how it works. Behavior trees are still always kind of confusing for me, but still helpful. So yeah, if this fails, this will never fail because this thing will always return. This thing will always just get stuck in idle. So the only way out of here is for this thing to succeed. So that means that they now have a target. So what we need to do is look for cover within range. And yeah, so now I'm basically going to want to copy most of the combat tree, I think. Wait. Gonna want to copy most of the combat tree into here. Well, there's quite a bit here, isn't there? But I probably do need most of these. So we need this whole section, including that stuff down there, is all about attacking from cover. This section is melee attacks. I don't think you could. I wish you could like surround things in a comment block, but I don't think you can. So yeah, this is melee attacks. This is running around and shooting the target if there's no cover available. Oh, this whole thing is, I think, running around and shooting the target if there's no cover available. This is finding a position to run to. This is, once you're there, just standing there and shooting. Then this is standing where you already are and shooting if you can't find a place to run to. So yeah, I do want to copy pretty much all of this, I think. I'm wondering, can I just use this tree? Do I need to copy it, or can I just make a behavior tree reference? Probably just make a behavior tree reference. I can probably set some of these. Let's go back to ally defend area. So we're going to add the behavior tree reference with the combat tree. And then if we no longer have a target, I do want to move back to the area that we're supposed to be defending. So let's see. Maybe what I can do is first add a thing to set the target to null. Be a shared variable. Set shared game object. And I'll just call this clear target. And we're going to set it to null. Sys. And set it to the current game object. Is that right? Okay. So yeah, if value can be null, then, and this is null, then it'll set it to null. Cool. So we clear target. Now I can put this here, I think. No, not there. Can put it here. No. So if, whenever we don't have a target, No, because I want to move there before looking for a new target. That's not... This isn't going to do what I want. So maybe what we need is a return failure here. No, it's decorators, that's what it is. Return failure. So before looking for objects, it has to move to the move target. The move target, okay, so here one issue is that in the combat tree, the move target actually changes. So, and that's going to be the same variable. So I need actually to rename this move target to defend point. We might need, let's see, how are we getting a position near the player? Just get nearby position. Yeah, I might want to do get nearby position. So we're going to get a position near the defend point on the nav mesh with a sample radius. That's fine. Distance can be 5 meters. And then that needs to be a sequence. So we'll get a position, once again, nearby the defend point, and then move to it. Oh, I think I can get rid of this because it's always going to move before looking for objects. So, delete that. Once again, we'll just start by clearing that variable. I think that should work. Set the target to null. either the target's alive, which it won't be initially. We run to the start, or we run to the defend area, look for nearby objects, and we will just keep running this look for objects and doing this until we see an enemy, at which point the selector will pass and we'll move on to combat. Once there is no longer a valid target, we will come back here and return to the defend area. Okay. Let's go ahead and I think I can just assign this to the ally BT controller. It's a move to behavior. I need a defend behavior. Just going to replace the move to because as I mentioned earlier, the move to is practically useless. We also need a new variable here for the defend area. Just copy this. Did I call it defend target just to be sure? Defend point, okay. Then I need to go to order issuer, change issue move order to issue defend target or defend area order. Alright. I think that should be everything. So let's see how this works. When I tell them to defend the main area, they should stay out there even if I leave. Uh-oh. Getting a null exception. That's because I renamed the variable and ally and I didn't actually set it to the new value. Yeah, defend behavior is null, so we want ally defend area. Oops. And apply that to all allies. Right. So when I tell them to defend this area, they should, well, they did nothing. It's not very encouraging. They should be engaging, but they're just walking around. Is it because I didn't have them equip an item? It's probably because I didn't have them equip an item. They need to equip an item. Guessing the combat tree doesn't already do that. Yeah, I think the enemy and ally trees are currently responsible for that. We just need equip item. So I actually just put it here. So it's always going to have an item equipped while it's in this tree. So they're still... See, they eventually do it, but let's see what they're doing when they're just waiting like that. Right. Give them the defend order, and now pause it, and I will take a look at what their behavior trees are doing. So let's see, oh boy. They're looking for cover. Why is that taking so long? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Why is this taking so long? Right. Finding cover usually does not take this long. I'm going to pull this over here so I can watch it as I watch what's going on in the game. So, okay, then as soon as they realize there's no cover to be found, then they'll move into attack. But it took them a really long time to find out there was no cover. So why is that? Perhaps my cover islands are bad. I might need to update my, I think I did move stuff a little bit. So I remember stuff was like offset slightly from the correct coordinate. Where? Oh yeah, that's what was moved. Let's check out navigation. Alright, this nav mesh volume looks correct. Put this now grid volume. Not quite. There's needed to be baked with all the scenes open, I guess. But alright, so let's see. So when I'm looking for cover, I can evaluate 5 covers per frame, but it shouldn't have to. I mean, the scenes that have the other cover in them aren't even loaded. Let's see. Okay, I'm feeling I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to be gone for a bit. I think I will just end the stream and then be back in a few minutes. So, yeah, no, I am turning off the stream for now, but this is not the end. This is just a break. So, hope to see people soon. Goodbye for now.